Faces and Places. Faces and Places. Places podcast.
Hi everyone, it's Faces and Places podcast, and it's the podcast where we tell stories that inspire. Before telling you the name of our next guest, let me tell you the story before. Once in Portugal, in Porto City, I found an amazing artworks in store. The first artwork I found was self-published small book about tears, about crying, about the potential meaning of our tears with some cool illustrations, and I connected to it on the personal level. Then I found some illustrations about hugs. It was a great combination, I swear. I really like the simple and minimalistic way of showing art. It was very meaningful and very minimalistic, as I said, and simple. It was a local artist, Ruben Ramires. Then I decided to contact him via Instagram, and we had a great conversation about his style, art in general, and his gender identity. He makes illustrations, murals, and even zines and poems. He calls himself a feminist artist as well. Ruben is profoundly inspired by nature, and there are always elements of it in his artworks. The other source of his inspiration is the way we connect as humans, our relationship with others, within ourselves, and how we experience emotions and mental issues such as trauma and anxiety. He likes the tactile and therapeutic experience with paper or other art mediums while making art, or when he purchases it from other artists. Ruben started drawing when he was a little kid.
I started drawing when I was very, very young. I can remember maybe when I was 5 or 6, but I am sure that I was drawing before as a kid.
Despite a lot of bright colors in Ruben's paintings, his favorite color is black, and it's really surprising.
My favorite color has been black. Lately, I've been working with more colors, but yeah, I would say that my favorite color of all time is black.
Now Ruben Ramires lives in the USA, in Houston. He moved there from Portugal in 2017. Besides art, he also works in the medical field, right now as a cancer research nurse. As he explained, at that time, in 2017, he was experiencing burnout and he needed a new challenge in his professional career and life in general.
I think it's important to do the things we like in life because I think we are here for just a short period of time, and it is important for us to try different things, experiment, and truly find things that are meaningful to us, that make us grow, that make us see things differently and different approaches. Not just do one thing. It just gives life more meaning, and it makes this experience of being here and living more joyful. That's what I think is important to do, what we do in your life.
Ruben believes that every artist has a style that is constantly evolving and changing. In his case, his style has been definitely influenced by the art he has consumed through his life, but also by the way he see and experience the world.
When I think about favorite artists of the past, I really think that one of the artists that really inspired me was Leonardo da Vinci, and another one that I really liked and always loved is Hieronymus Bosch. The complexity of their work, and the layers and the depth, and the complexity, and also the fun part and the creativity just makes me I remember looking at those drawings and thinking that really resonated with me somehow. Da Vinci is because not just in an artistic way, but it was also very smart in other fields, and I also felt that I always loved art, but there was also other fields and other like science, other sciences, for example, that I also loved. So I kind of related in that in the type of living, of having other interests, not just with art.
Our guest doesn't like to label himself or try to fit into a specific style of drawing or writing, because people are constantly adapting and growing. However, he thinks our unique way of expression is like our fingerprint that will always be present in all we do.
Who I would like to cooperate with? I don't have any desires of, I would love to meet this famous artist and make a drawing with them or collaborate. Has never been my goal as an artist. If that happens throughout my journey and I meet somebody and that cooperative work somehow happens spontaneously, I would love to do it. But if I think about cooperating, I really like to focus on in the community that I live in. I like to cooperate and collaborate with local artists or people who are more underrepresented, queer communities, people of color communities. I like to collaborate with people who may not have a voice, and learn with them. Even the other day I was doing some collage work, which I usually don't do, so I propose myself and I challenge a friend to do some collage with illustrations, like a cooperative work. And I feel that that's the kind of cooperation that I like to do with other artists, and kind of get out of my comfort zone and do something different. So those are the things that I really look forward as an artist to grow.
It's also important to mention that Ruben defines himself as he, they. He says he never felt comfortable with describing himself as binary. He felt very fluid in identity, but somehow was never honest about this, or maybe didn't have the ability to realize this within himself. Thanks for listening this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe Faces and Places on Instagram. Subscribe our podcast in Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. And please share your emotions about this story in comments.